I wonder why some brands feel that they need to fix something when it was always good in the first place. I guess it's a thing now. Everybody's trying to go the clean way out with natural ingredients. Dior did it to us. They reformulated the famous Forever Skin Concealer that everybody loved. This one is the new one. And here you have the old one. The only thing right here is they did change the price. The new one is $40 and the old one used to be $38. They're both made in France. I do know that the old version been and is holy grail for a lot of you guys. So we do have to find out if the new one is the same or better. When it comes to the packaging, they're very similar, but they're not exactly the same. This one is the new one. Here you have the old one. You have the name in both of them in the front, but the letters of the old one, they're a lot bigger. And the new one, you have the writing a lot smaller. You have the same logo and the cap on top. And in both of them, you're getting the shade in the back. And the new one is saying 24 hours wear and hydration creamy concealer full coverage, and the old one it's saying 24 hours wear carrying full coverage creamy concealer, floral extract enrich, and it's multi-use. Nothing says multi-use about the new one, but you already know that you can use it for whatever you want. One thing that I did notice is that they come with the same amount of product, 11 ml, 0.37 ounces, but the old packaging comes all the way filled to the bottom. And the new one, it's not hitting the bottom of the bottle. See? So if we want to be technical, it looks like the old one have a little bit more product than the new one, but no, that's just the way the packaging is. Also, the new bottle, it is glass and it is a little bit more heavier than the old one. I like the new packaging a little bit more. It looks more luxe. The new concealer, it's available in 30 shades, and the old version used to have 38 shades. I also want you to have in mind that the shades of both of these concealers, they're not the same. The new shades, they're a little lighter, brighter, and the undertones, they're a little bit more peachy, beige, neutral, where the old shades, they used to be a little bit more warmer, yellow, and a bit darker. When I picked the new one up, I actually found my perfect shade, so much more easier, and as soon as I tried it on, I liked it, like right on the spot. When I got the old one, it did give me a little bit of a hard time. I picked up the shade 1N. It is for very light skin with neutral beige undertones. And this concealer claims to be full coverage, 24 hours of hydration, long wear, and transfer proof. And when it comes to the applicators, they're not exactly the same. The new applicator, it's a bit thicker and longer. I mean, not that much neither. But yes, the old one, it's a little bit smaller and shorter. And then also the cap of the new one, it is longer, which I like the new applicator a little bit more. Oh my gosh. This formula feels so creamy. Like, it's gliding on the skin. First, I'm gonna show you how it looks without makeup. I have no foundation on because this is one concealer that I always loved the way it looked without any type of makeup, because it just looks so natural. If you have a lot of redness, this concealer is gonna be great for that. The days that I use it without makeup, I like to blend it with something big and fluffy, like this brush. But look how flawless it's blending. I'm gonna just bring it down here. Look how much brighter and awake and live it made my under eye look. Look at that. I'm awake now. Normally I like to use more of a darker shade if I'm not gonna use foundation, so it can blend in a little bit more with my skin tone. But I'm showing you this one because this one is the one that I have right now. Look how good it looks. And I haven't even set it. I do like to apply a little bit of powder, and nothing better than the one from Palmograph, because I promise you that this powder, it's not going to crease your concealer at all, never. But picture this concealer a little darker than this shade as back concealing all over my face. Chef kiss. I already took it off. Now I'm gonna be using my Huda Beauty Stick Foundation. My skin right now, it is very dry. So this foundation is beautiful for dry skin. Plus I wanna keep it very light, natural. I'm never gonna get tired of recommending you guys this stick foundation from Huda Beauty. I promise you that is the best stick foundation out there. For all skin types, to be honest with you. But you know that normally stick foundations, they're a little bit on the drier side. Not that one. So if you have dry skin, you need it. Like this foundation, it is so much better than so many skin tints out there that you don't understand. It doesn't even look like foundation. I always like to apply a little more right here on top of my pores and blend it right in the spot. I love it so much that I already have backups, and look, I'm about to be out of this one. You need it in your life. Alright, so back to the concealer. The texture, it is really hydrating and creamy. A little bit goes a long way, so you don't have to apply too much. And it's not fragrance free. It smells the same way that the old version did. Now I'm using the Rare Beauty concealer brush, but look how creamy this is. Look how beautiful and easy and quick this concealer blends. Wow. I'm in love and obsessed with this shade. Look how much it's making my under eyes stand out. Then look, I just want you to see how perfect it blends. Like, I'm not even gonna cut this part so you can actually see what it takes me to really blend it. Look, I'm done. If you have a little bit more of dark circles than me, just go in with a little bit of color corrector first and then apply the concealer and you're gonna be good. I love the fact that it gives you room to play. You don't have to rush to blend it because it's not going to get patchy. This is gonna be perfect if you have dry under eyes. I'm only gonna apply a tiny bit of my Pomegranate powder, like that much. Like I'm barely applying powder. And the coverage is so fire that I tried it on top of my husband's tattoo on his hand, and baby, tell me something about this. Like, peep this out. Of course, you're gonna lose a little bit of coverage after you blend it out, but still, like, seriously, I didn't felt this way with the old version. There's something about this new formulation for sure. I was done, but I ended up applying both of the concealers. This one is the new one, and here you have the old one. I have no powder. And remember that I got the new one on the shade 1N, and the old one, it is the shade 1.5N. So when it comes to formulas, they're not the same. The new one, it is a little bit more lightweight, thinner. It was easier and quicker to blend. I do feel that it's a little creamier and more hydrating. And the old one, it's a bit thicker. Even when I touch it, it feels a little tackier. And it was a little harder to blend. And it is definitely more drying than the new formula. When it comes to the shade 1N in the new formula, it's definitely the right shade for my skin tone. And I feel that the new formula is just more natural, more skin-like. It melted in the skin so much better than the old one. I'm gonna go finish up my makeup off camera, but please, I really hope that this concealer looks good at the end of the day, because right now I'm low-key already a little bit obsessed with this new formula, but we're gonna be wearing this concealer all day. We have a lot to do today. We're gonna be doing check-ins throughout the day. Stay with me, and I see you right here at the end of the day. Already had it on for about 2 hours. It's 3 something. I finished my glam around 1 in the afternoon, and this is where we are. Everything is looking flawless. I love the shade, and whatever little lines you see going on down there, those are my fine lines that we all have. This is not creasing at all. Look at that. Hopefully it stays looking like this, because so far so good. I'm really liking it. This is how it looks 3 hours after. Still is beautiful. It is 6:38. I already had the concealer on for a little over 5 hours, and this is how it's looking. I'm just getting home. I'm walking in right now. It is 11 p.m. I already had the concealer on for about 10 hours, and I'm also trying out a new foundation, just so you know. Soon you're gonna know which one it is. Have in mind that my skin itself right now, it is going through it. It's very dry. My dermatologist changed my retinol, so whatever little, you know, you see around there, it's me. It's my skin. I'm going through it. So back to the concealer. It is creasing, but I'm not really mad at it. I mean, I have other concealers that by now, after the whole day, they be looking ill, terrible. And even though this one is creasing, it's not really making my under eyes look dry, and I appreciate that, because that's a big thing to me. Like, I hate when my under eyes look crusty, and even though this one is creasing, it's not making my under eyes look that fucked up. I mean, they look pretty normal to me. This, it's nothing that can be fixed with a little bit of shadow, a brush, blend it out, and I be good, because it was looking fine for most of the day. So I can't complain. All right, babes, I'm back. It is late, like always. It's 12 something a.m., about to be 1 in the morning, but we don't believe in time over here, right? My kids are sleeping. My husband is upstairs supporting me, chilling, waiting for me to finish. So now my time, it is all yours. Let me bring you all up in my grill so you can really see what's up with this concealer. I want you to have in mind that it was a long day today. I mean, I was up and down non-stop, and we had this concealer on all day today. It was a lot of hours, but I still want you to look at it so you can really tell me what you think about it. But when it comes to what I think, I like it, and a lot. When it comes to little creases, I picked up this brush that had a little bit of shadow from before, and I'm just gonna blend it a little bit. I don't even have to look at myself in the mirror, because I know that this already looks a lot better than what it did before. See? Because this concealer, it's a good concealer. Like, for this concealer to look this good after a long ass day, after so many hours, like, what else do we want? I have to give this concealer a 10 out of 10. It's totally a winner. I do recommend it for all skin types, and I love it for mature under eyes. And you know that if I love it for mature skin, I love it for everybody. I mean, this is just so beautiful, super skin-like. It blends like a dream, great coverage, and perfect hydration. And I'm happy that it's not too hydrating to the point that it's going to emphasize texture. Because let me tell you that there's a lot of hydrating concealers out there that they be looking crazy on a lot of people, because they be coming out with like particles of glitters and light reflecting pearls that looks very glowy and just not good at all. And I'm very picky when it comes to those type of hydrating concealers. Like, I'm not a fan of a lot of them, but when it comes to this right here, you're not gonna have no type of issues. Like, there's none of that in this concealer. This one is just gonna give you the most beautiful natural hydration, natural finish. This is just gonna be like your natural under eyes with coverage in brightness. Now, when it comes to a new version and the old version, the consistency, it's very similar. So I'm not gonna tell you run and buy the new one if you already have the old one. If anything, wait for you to run out of the old one, and then, yes, baby, go purchase the new one, because I'm telling you right now that I do love the new version a lot more than the old one for some reason. And I guess it does have a lot to do with the shades. Now that they changed the ingredients, the new one have skincare loving ingredients, which makes the skin pop. This shade looks so much brighter, and that was one thing that I always went through it every time I put on this concealer before. Like, I always really liked it and recommended it, and I knew that it was a bomb ass concealer, but every time I put it on, it was more like, okay, I like it, but the shade is just like not my thing. And then if I went down, it was too light, and then if I went up on shade, it was gonna be too dark, so I was stuck with 1.5. And you see how after it oxidized a little bit, the old version, the shade 1.5N, it stays looking a little more grayish on my skin tone. Instead, the new formula on the shade 1N, look how peachy and just how pretty it looks. And I actually like the new packaging more, and it's really heavy duty. I just dropped it and nothing happened. And I'm telling you right now that if this old baby been your holy grail and you always loved it, you're gonna love the new version a lot more. Don't forget to give this video thumbs up and let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this concealer? Do you like it? You don't like it? Let us know, and I love you to the moon and back. Mwah! See you on the next one.